Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and here I'm continuing a little bit more work to my Richard Petty Superbird kit bash here that I'm using the Salvinos JR 71 Charger chassis in, and of course the Johan Superbird kit from back in the day. And it's going pretty well. Just showing you some of the latest challenges I had and some of the mistakes and things I'm doing. But one of the things I'm doing right now is I've mocked up a lot of this stuff and got it kind of glued together so I can see exactly where the wheels are and the wheel openings are and how they're kind of pushed forward and hitting the body right here. I'm going to leave the axle where it is and just kind of trim it and everything. So it's a little bit more obvious. But I'm still tweaking the size that these are going to be. So I haven't actually cut anything yet. And I won't till I'm ready. But so I'm just eyeballing exactly what I like here, and I'll hit it with a permanent marker here in a second. But I like these two. What I'm having trouble doing is transferring it to the other side. So and then this one isn't quite glued exactly straight anyway, but trying to tweak some of the stuff. But I am liking the progress I'm getting here. I got the chassis all in there. Hood's kind of in there. Engine kind of let go, so it's pushing the thing up because it's no longer attached to the oil pan. So it's popping itself up. So working on a little bit here. And got the spoiler on so I can see when it's sitting down, where it's at, how it's sitting. Matter of fact, here we go. So you guys can see because of the camera angle. So you see the nose and where that's going to be in relation. So not extremely low, but it's a lot lower, but I don't have anything really to compare it to. But I pretty much like it the way it is. And it is way up there. So as far as how far it is away from the front wheels. So really can't be inches off the ground anyway. But I like how it's coming out. And then some of you guys, you've been giving me tips and telling me some of the configurations. So some of you pointed out that the Speedway cars have the exhaust exiting on both sides, one on each side, which that's in the kit. So I have decided I'm going to use this. I was going to use the two left side ones because I thought that was cool. But it was pointed out that if I want to do a Speedway car, especially since I put the gas cap on the left side or the gas filler, that would be a Speedway car, and a road course car would be on the other side. So I appreciate you guys pointing all that out. So I'm gonna mark some of this stuff, like for right now, just kind of getting it ready with the, so here's a piece of pencil where I can kind of mark where the body line is so I can redo this one, and I know it's lined up here. So I'm going to kind of take these off. I don't really like this particular side, but since I'm working on it, I'll kind of take them off to show you. Let's better mark that one here. That's the right rear. I don't have the right front. But here's this side. Oh, got the bumper kind of on, but I haven't filled in the plate or the backup lights yet. That will happen. But for this side, I'm pretty much liking where they're at. So I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of permanent marker, which, easily sands off, but this gives me more visuals to go off of. So, and then I've got the chalk line right there too, or pencil line. So here we go. So that's left rear, right rear, and then right front. I really like how this one came out, but I definitely got to bring it up forward. So I'll just mark this before I take the tape off. There we go. Oh, originally, here's one of my errors and mistakes. So I was tracing this off of the other one here. This is my die cast. I noticed somehow this got pulled off, the silver right here, but the decals right here, I put the tape on there and it pulled them right off. So I was like, a little bummed. This is a Dan Merriman die cast, but at the same time, it only has 5 sponsors, and there's a whole lot more on the car. So for comparison, you can see right here on the box how many there are. So it's missing quite a few. So anyway, not to get upset about, but I'll just fix them with decals. So I'll probably end up pulling them off of this side and this side. But that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to come off because I thought they were like baked on. So I was a little perturbed about that. But here, you'll see them here in a second. There they are. So, but I do like where this is. I'll do a little bit more thinning, mapping out where the decals will go, fine tune this shape. So I'll be doing that this weekend. But the rest of the cage, is pretty much in there. That piece is in there. Because of the cage and everything, it kind of is forcing the chassis to go into a certain spot unless I really start tweaking and reworking the cage. But it clears the window and all that stuff. It's a little bit visible. I know it's not quite, 100% accurate, but I'm having fun with it really, and just kind of building it. But rear axle's in there, setting the ride height. Of course, all the rest of the suspension and everything, the exhaust pipes, just trying to get everything in place. This there, filling this in. I got to do body work to smooth some of this stuff out. But this inner fender, I'm worried about how much clearance I have. I got plenty of room forward. It's just, will it be visible when I sand that to get in there, or am I going to have to move this forward just a little bit? So, don't know there. I kind of don't want to move that forward, but we'll see where the rake goes. I may change the angle here because it really doesn't truly matter. The more I look at in-period pictures of this car, I know this was all sheet metal and it got banged up, and so it was constantly replaced. And the wheel shapes are changed quite a bit. Some are much closer to the tire, some are much more square. The car today, or cars, as I'm finding out, I guess there was 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4, that he had. So trying to get information on all of that. It's kind of like the Sox and Martin cars too. They had multiples, and then whether it wrecked. But Richard Petty has one in his museum, and he put it all back together, and that's his car. That's his own. If it is an actual original one or a rebuilt, don't really know. There's another car that somebody else has. There's some videos of that one with the wrinkled up floorboard that is definitely one of his, or confirmed to be one of his. As a matter of fact, Petty's Garage actually helped him restore it. And then, of course, there's the other car, the number 40 car with the red nose piece. So, not really sure how many they are, but, I'm not going to kill myself with the details on. I'm just kind of having some fun with it. So, getting all this stuff to fit, got this air cleaner to fit, got that down a little bit. And if I get these two glued together, as you can see, it's kind of lifting. But work the rest, maybe extend this a little bit. But it's about ready to come apart, so I can start trimming all of this. But anyways, some of the other questions I've been getting, and I appreciate all the input and your guys' help on all of this. I've been asked if I've gotten what decals I got. Well, I dug them out. And the funny part, a few of you have mentioned Mike's decals, which I'm pretty sure is where these came from. But this particular sheet is not actually on his set. It's cool. They're power slide. And we've got 2 of the Superbirds right here talking about all the decals and everything. The number 43 on the taillights. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this open and put the screen on it like you see on the box art car. The car today doesn't have that, but I'm not really sure if that's, how many races, or if they did that on the speedway, or if they just did it on the road course guns, because they were going slower. But this says it's the Motor Trend 500, and this, also says the Motor Trend 500. So, and I think those are the only 2 Superbirds in these pictures here, because, we got 2 more of the Roadrunners. Yeah, so those are the only 2 Superbirds in here. But what I noticed looking at this sheet, nice sheet by the way, power slide yesterday's, it has the same number here, 7143, 7071, number 43, Richard Petty. But the sheet that he's selling now has the orange band like right here, and also some number 40s on it, as well as the 43s. So this is a previous sheet. I've had it a few years. I think I got it right when this kit first came out, and that was in 19, I think. or 2021, so that's 4 years old now. I may have gotten this sooner. I just don't remember when I got it. I may have even got it when I got some of the Johan kits, because one of them doesn't have decals. The other kit ended up with the original decals, but they weren't this nice. So I do plan on using these, and that's, wanted to show you that because a few have asked, and I had to dig them out because I could not remember where they were at, or I had an idea where they were at, or exactly, whose they were or where they got them from. But they look to be very, very nice. And I got a whole bunch of the white 43s because, sometimes I see them on the front, sometimes I don't. But I may have to get another set so I can replace all of these when I'm done with this. Although this I've had a long time. And then, many of you brought out that, yeah, this darker blue, Richard Petty did that to his cars. And I saw that even on his car today. A lot of the stuff that unbolted was painted this color blue. I'll probably use Ford engine blue because that's what I got. That is a real close match to it. And I got some Petty blue. But like this car, it has only one side exhaust instead of going out on both sides. And chrome wheels, where the wheels on the car that I'm replicating is going to be like the dark blue. But I'll do the silver centers. Although this one, they're the same front and back, but on the real car, the rear ones are definitely different. There's some hubs and stuff on there. But I'm enjoying this, and I'm appreciating everybody's input on this. So I'll get this blown apart here, and let's see. I get a little nervous every time I'm prying this thing apart, especially now that I got the wheels in there, so it's a little harder to keep pushing on this here. Here we go. All right. Well, this piece popped off, but that was, white glued. But there you can see the shelf that I made. And I'll have to extend those. But you can see right here all the trimming and shaving I've done to those to get them to fit. And my extra supports here to hold them. So I've got a little bit of work to do on those. So the glass I showed you before being trimmed and ready to go in. There goes a wheel. There goes another wheel. So I'll be taking this stuff apart, getting it all. But, it's going together and coming apart. Many mock-ups. But I got to put a piece of sheet in here just to space it out a little bit more. Clean all this up. Sand all these little, round ejection marks or whatever. And clean all this up, just because I don't like the way it is. But, and I've been kind of back and forth on, am I going to leave this gas tank or do something with it? I pulled out the one out of course, the Johan kits, but I like the length, but I don't like the width. So if I want to build another one, but then these are pretty far back too. But anyway, that's the things I'm doing and what I'm playing with. So we'll see how far I get on some of that stuff and what I decide. If how much of this I've got done, and I'll call it quits and not break any more of these bars. So I broke a few of them here and there, squeezing it in and out. But anyway, delicate plastic. But you guys, figured I'd show you where it's at and where it's progressing, and work on that bumper a little bit. And that'll probably be foiled or not. I'm not really sure, what I'm going to do with that after I fill those in. But anyways, you guys, thanks for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.